Alright, I know I'm a little bit late on the draw in regards to this topic right here at hand, but I have to say real quick, I am loving the big booty. I still want to discuss it on how HBO's live action depiction of The Last of Us has clear, thick apple bottom tattoo right there. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, how cute. For what reason? Why did they feel the need to have this drastic change to change thick apple bottom in the live action depiction? It is 100% woke tardation at its HBO, the people that are creating the series, they could have went to butt nowhere. They could have went to a school in the middle of nowhere and found a little thick apple bottom.
What's up everyone, another day, another sleigh. Hope y'all are doing okay. Hope you guys had a good Christmas and a good New Year. I finally got a Steam Deck, and to be 100% honest, that is the main reason as to why I haven't uploaded in almost 2 months, because I've just been lazy as shit. Junior year is fucking hell, man. It's okay though, I have something I'm passionate enough to talk about. Also, I need money. And you know what, I promise you guys, senior year, I will be taking a study hall period again so I can get back on the grind and shit. But anyways, The Last of Us show has recently started streaming, maybe like a week. Shit, I don't even know when the hell I'm uploading this bitch. But yeah, it came out and it turns out it's good. It's really good. Like actually one of the best adaptations of anything that I've seen. There's a lot of stuff in this first episode. I would say the show does actually better than the game, to be 100% honest. And granted, I'm obviously heavily biased here. I mean, I've loved The Last of Us since I was in like 8th grade. I mean, shit, I'm probably the only commentator out here who will tell you that The Last of Us Part 2 is actually a solid game. I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything special like the first game was in terms of storytelling, but I definitely appreciate it for not going down the easy route by just telling another Joel and Ellie story. I think the gameplay of Part 2 is actually really fun though, hence why I'm playing it in this video. But back to the show. This show, at least as of right now, is so fucking good that it has somehow managed to once again unite both sides of the Last of Us community. Now, if you were around back during the whole Last of Us 2 leaks of March 2020, you will remember everyone was at each other's throats. Do you have any idea how many videos the quartering has made on this game? It has to be at least in the hundreds. But now pretty much everyone is on the same page that the show is actually solid. And all I'm saying is that I can't fucking wait for episode 3 to come out with Bill and Frank, and for all of these anti-SJWs to start losing their shit of how they think they turned Bill gay because they didn't know how to pick up the context clues in the game and don't have a gaydar for shit. I'm calling it right now. But as with anything, the internet can't agree with everything on this show, and the main point of controversy with the first episode right now is with Joel's original daughter Sarah. Now, what could this huge issue be? One would think that maybe like the actor isn't a good person, or she did a bad job of acting in the show, or they wrote something about her character that drastically changed it from the game for the worse. It's gotta be one of those, right? Nope, that would make too much sense. No, the main point of controversy in the show with this first episode, all of its flaws in mind, because this is definitely not a perfect episode, is that they made Sarah black in the show. I'm not kidding. Genuinely, I've never once got any of the bitching about race swapping characters. I literally just don't have the energy to care about what race a fictional character is. I think it's honestly pretty fucking pathetic if you do. Granted, I think that if a character's race is important to who they are as a character, having someone of a different race play them is pretty problematic, to be honest. For example, you shouldn't be having fucking, I don't know, the Grand Wizard of the KKK being played by a black person. It wouldn't make any sense. However, with The Last of Us, it's an adaptation. Sarah's race was never relevant to her character whatsoever, and she's in the game for like a total of 15 minutes. And shit, here's a huge revelation that I bet nobody would be able to figure out had your Lord and Savior, myself, not be here to preach it to you. If you don't like Black Sarah, you can play the original game and not watch the damn show. I know, a non-canon show will have no effect on the actual game in terms of its story. It's insane. I mean, shit, get me the fuck out of high school. Graduate me from fucking college already. But today, we have our friend Good News Media in a very similar fashion to what happened with Angerboda and God of War Ragnarok back in 2021, making another rant video on the race swapping of Sarah this time. And this is by far his most unhinged rant I've seen yet, so we're gonna check that out now. Enough talking and let's see what YouTube has shout out today.
Alright, I know I'm a little bit late on the draw in regards to this topic right here at hand, but I still want to discuss it on how HBO's live action depiction of The Last of Us has clear tokenization.
I mean, this is the one thing that I will give him. As of right now, it very much seems like the writer made her black pretty much to no benefit of the story whatsoever. I looked the actress up on IMDb, and she really doesn't have that many credits in anything outside of The Last of Us from my knowledge. Maybe she voice acted in some games and stuff, but for live action acting, it doesn't really seem like that much. The only movie or show that I've heard of that she's been in that isn't The Last of Us is the shitty Dumbo remake from 2019, and it seems like she had a pretty minor role in that. Again, this is all as of right now, but yeah, it seems like they race swapped the character just for brownie points. Maybe in a later episode they're going to reveal something about her character that makes her race more relevant to the story. I mean, it's definitely possible. I think that if they revealed that she was adopted at one point, it could actually benefit the story since Ellie becomes like a surrogate daughter to Joel, even though she's not related to him at all by blood. Joel could see Sarah even more in Ellie if Sarah were adopted, and they could make it more obvious that she was adopted by making her clearly not the same race as Joel. Shit, it could work and definitely benefit the game story. That's personally what I would do if I were writing this show and HBO just called me up telling me I needed to make Sarah black. Maybe they did just switch up Sarah's race because they felt like it. But even in the end, the actor for her did a really good job. Her portrayal of the character was accurate to the game, and that's really all that I think matters. I'll get into more of an explanation on that in a bit.
For what reason? Why did they feel the need to have this drastic change?
What is so drastic about this? They made her skin darker and gave her more curly hair. She's wearing the same clothes, she has the same lines, she still dies. Shit, bro, you should be happy since you seem to hate race swapping so much. You get to see the race swapped Sarah brutally shot to death in the first 30 minutes of the show. Jokes aside though, this is a very minor change on the scale of things they could actually do. If you want to see a drastic change, look at Leon in that dog shit Resident Evil reboot from 2021. The sets were cool in that movie, everything else in that movie was dog shit. And they did nothing dirtier than my boy Leon. My man's might as well have been a zombie as well in that movie from how actually fucking brainless he was. That right there is a drastic change. And honestly, them race swapping the character is kind of relevant to it being a flaw, because they probably thought, hey, since we race swapped the character, we might as well make him completely different from the game. And they did, and it fucking sucked. That's an actual situation where race swapping a character becomes a problem. This right here with The Last of Us show on HBO is a controversy at its fucking finest.
To change Sarah in the live action depiction, it is 100% retardation, woke-tardation at its fucking finest, bro. I don't understand why the need for this.
See guys, this is why I wish I were a writer for some adaptation of something, because it's funny. I could literally get so much attention to whatever I was adapting by just hiring an actor of a different race to play that character. All the white characters are black and all the black characters are white. And then I could go to Twitter once the outrage starts and just go, my bad guys, I'm colorblind, or just something like that. It would be funny as fuck. I fucking love it when shit like this happens. You make one character have like slightly darker skin. Oh my god, she's ruined. This show is DOA. You introduce a new female character. She's stealing the spotlight from all our favorite male characters. God forbid you introduce a gay character. You will literally get fucking shot. It's praising Satan. And keep in mind, this shit happens when the movie, show, or game isn't even out yet. So they have literally no clue what the fuck they're talking about. As you'll see, this guy doesn't either.
HBO, the people that are creating the series, they could have went to buttfuck nowhere. They could have went to a school in the middle of nowhere and found a little white girl that looks similar towards Sarah.
Yeah, but she probably would have been a shit actor. Nobody is making the argument they couldn't find someone to look like Sarah. Shit, if they wanted to, they could have just done what they did with Marlene and hire the original actor of Sarah to play her. I mean, she looks exactly like the character from the game. And holy shit, she's 23. Goddamn, she played Sarah when she was like 13. Probably younger because she obviously didn't do the acting the year the first Last of Us came out. That is insane to me. But no, they didn't hire some random white girl simply because they didn't feel like it. This is the fucking problem with the internet affecting entertainment, because the moment someone takes a risk and, I don't know, kills off the main character of a story, people start losing their shit. Granted, the problem with Joel's death in The Last of Us 2 was not the fact that he died, it was just how they executed it. But even still, back when the leaks were happening and everybody saw that one out of context 30-second clip of Joel getting his head caved in, everyone was losing their shit before they saw anything else. If they saw those entire first 3 hours of the game leading up to it, yeah, I'd say it's pretty fair for people to lose their shit because of the way they executed it with the carefulness of a crackhead in a 5-star restaurant. But they saw this like 30-second clip that I don't even think had audio at the time, and they lost their shit. And these are the same people bitching and moaning about how every Marvel movie feels the same. Like, bitch, you literally brought this upon yourself. In writing an adaptation, there are good changes you can make and bad changes you can make. This right here just straight up doesn't matter. So I don't know why the fuck you're taking the energy out of your day to bitch about it. Like, bro, smoke a blunt. Smoke a blunt. Chill. You will be fine.
Why the need for this tokenization? Now I know some of y'all out there are gonna be like, oh, who fucking cares? Who cares? Look at Nick Fury and Marvel. Everybody likes Nick Fury. Everybody likes Samuel L. Jackson. Like, there's plenty of tokenized characters out there that everybody don't really care, and they like said actors, so they're willing to be complacent. But that still doesn't remove the reason as to why.
I like to imagine they just did it because they thought it was funny and they wanted to continue the trope of the first person to die in horror being a black character.
The drastic change. All y'all out there can't give me a conclusive argument other than you being in your feelings.
Again, just because it's fucking funny. I don't know.
Like, I don't give a fuck that you don't give a fuck. But can you give me a valid argument as to why for this drastic change? Other than diversity and inclusion, because this actress right here is just been cast, a diversity cast for this role. That is the absolute it. I know that she's mixed, she's not fully black, but why didn't HBO go the full mile and just get a white girl that looks like Sarah?
We've already answered this question, you're just repeating yourself. And why do you say white like that? What? It's like a fucking redneck. I don't fucking know.
They could have easily done it. So easy. And I know that Sarah in the game, I'm not sure about the series. I believe there's only like 2 episodes that's out right now currently. But let me know down in the comment section below.
Wait, what? Did you like not watch the show or something?
I know Sarah, at least in the game, she's only in the beginning. She dies. So I'm not sure if this actress in the show is dead yet.
What? She dies in the first episode. Were you like asleep?
I'm not sure if she's gonna play a major role in this series. I don't know, just like Walking Dead.
They literally showed her death scene in some of the promotional material like a week before the first episode came out. What the fuck are you on?
How that was drastically changed, I'm not totally sure on that front. But either case, even if it's small or big, this is a drastic change towards an important character in regards of Joel in the game and within the series. Seemingly it should be, but you know, they went ahead and went the whole inclusion and diversity. Oh my god, slay queen, just look at your hair, like it's so beautiful. Like, oh, you can be sad.
I'll give him credit, he does a very good impression of a fruity person. Like, if you showed me that clip out of context and told me he was gay, I would 100% believe you.
Like, who cares about all these dumb nerds, these freaks, these basement dwellers? Who cares what they think? Come on, just be sad. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, you could not be mad about people calling you a basement dweller when you literally have softcore hentai posters in the background. How the fuck do you record this shit? I would genuinely be so embarrassed. And then you got your entire OnlyFans, which we looked at the last time I made fun of you, where you make animated porn of anime and game characters getting fucked and sometimes react to them. I'm sorry, that's just so funny to me.
I have to say real quick, I am loving the big booty, the big thick apple bottom tattoo right there. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, how cute. So let's go ahead and watch this. Oh, what the heck? Fucking retarded, bro. 100% retardation. Now this is Sarah. This is how she's supposed to look like. Well, this is what she looks like in the game. This is the remake version of The Last of Us. This is what she looks like in the regular version, on the PS3 version. But fuck the remake and Neil Cuckman at the end of the day.
See, this is another thing about the whole Last of Us 2 drama that I never got. The whole fuck Neil Cuckman slogan. Like, everyone loves to pretend that he's like the Ryan Johnson of the gaming industry, which in a way he definitely is, but it's nowhere near the same situation. He co-wrote the first game with Bruce Straley, who everyone loves to pretend that Bruce just like single-handedly wrote the first game. He didn't. Again, he co-wrote it with Neil Druckmann. keyword being co-wrote, and then they like to pretend that Neil Druckmann wrote the second game alone. Once again, he didn't. The one Haley Strauss bitch, I think her name was, also co-wrote the second game with him. And you look at her track record of writing stuff, how she wrote for that one Westworld show, I think it was. She's not that great of a writer. So in reality, the fault of The Last of Us 2 being so mid is more likely to be more so on the fault of Neil's co-writer than Neil himself. Don't get me wrong, he still definitely played a part in the fucking of that game's story, but everyone loves to pretend that he's like the only person at fault here when the logistics of that are like 1 out of 100.
Who is this? Who is this? This isn't Sarah. This isn't the Sarah that I know. Like, what the fuck? Is she adopted?
I mean, again, I already kind of mentioned the whole adopting thing benefiting the story, but yeah, I think the show could actually be a lot better if they reveal that she's like adopted in a future episode. I'm kind of holding out hope for that now, honestly.
What is this trash? Woke trash, bro. Garbage. Garbo. Again, you can feel free to like this series. You can like the Last of Us series. You can like all of these shows that has tokenization or slight tokenization. You can feel free to like it. But give me the reason as to why. Why did they feel the need to do this? Oh, I know. Because they only feel that there's only validation in these classically white characters in these properties.
Yes, when I think of classically white characters, whatever the fuck that means, I think of Sarah from The Last of Us, a character that is in the game for a total of 15 minutes and probably has a total of 30 lines of dialogue. I mean, of course. Who else would I think of?
And we're gonna go ahead and tokenize these white characters with blacks, Mexicans, Asians maybe, all these other Latinos, all these other BIPOC individuals, like how you wotards like to say BIPOC and all that fucking woke shit.
BIPOC? What the fuck is that? That sounds like a fucking Japanese meal.
It is stupid. It is stupid. Now, for all y'all out there who seemingly don't care, I'm talking about for the wotards. Now, not really the normies. They probably don't even know the Last of Us property, the Last of Us game. But for all you wotards out there, you better not say, I said this before in my previous videos out there, you better not say anything. Don't say anything, not a fucking word, if they decide to tokenize a black character with a white one.
I mean, yeah, I don't know why the fuck I personally would care. I'm sure there's some SJW out there who would absolutely shit their pants if they did that, but I don't give a fuck. As long as they're accurate to who they are as a character, I don't see a problem. But again, like I said, changing races when a character's race is important to who the character is not good. Like, you can't have fucking Miles Morales being played by a white actor, because him being a minority is the entire point of his character. How anyone can be a hero no matter where you come from or what you look like.
Don't say shit. No. Shut the fuck up. Because this is okay, right? This is cool, right? Just be quiet. Just shut the fuck up and let it be. Because I want to see this wotardation in regards to Hollywood, these games. I want to go all the way. Go all the way to the nth degree. Go all the way into space, man. Make all these properties that we know and love absolute trash. I want to see everything burned down. I want this Hollywood to be set on fucking fire. Not really, Susan. You.
Did he just like threaten her or something? I don't know, man. This video is fucking insane.
Not really. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm kidding. But either case, I want to see all this woke shit burn everything to the fucking ground, bro. For sure. But yeah, in regards of Ellie real quick. Now, a perfect actress that could have played Ellie before Ellen Page grew a penis.
And he's dead naming someone now. This is fun.
It could have been Ellen Page.
No, because Elliot Page literally fucking hates The Last of Us with every fucking bone in his body.
But instead, she has a penis now, so I guess she doesn't have the vagina enough to portray Ellie in the Last of Us series.
Honestly, I think Sadie Sink would have been a really fucking good choice for Ellie in The Last of Us, but she's probably busy with like Stranger Things. Or I know the new whale movie that came out, she was in that, so she was probably busy with that. But like, I don't know, Sadie Sink would have been really fucking good, but they didn't do it. But I don't care, because the Bella Ramsey does a pretty good job as Ellie. I mean, she doesn't look like her, but again, I don't really care, because she acts like her, and it feels like Ellie. So it's like, again, who the fuck cares?
But instead, they went with this actress right here that looks nothing like Ellie at all.
And here's that rant about adapted characters looking nothing like their counterparts that I hinted at the beginning of the video. This might be a hot take, but it doesn't really matter to me as long as they act and feel like the character. A perfect comparison to this would be live plays and musical. Yep, my inner ex-theater kid is coming out of me right now. Every Broadway show is its original set of actors. They're usually using all the promotional material, they record the soundtrack of the show, they're the most commonly seen cast in all of the slime tutorials, and yeah, they're the originals. Don't know how else to put it. But then you have the tour productions, or the off-Broadway productions, or the fucking high school productions, where obviously if the original actor is busy in the actual show, or is sick, or just straight up quit because they were tired of doing the same damn show every night, they're gonna find a replacement. And sometimes the actor will look nothing like the original actor. They might have different hair, have a different voice, a different race. Shit, they might not even be the same gender, yet nobody gives a shit, because this is a different production, and with that, it's gonna have some differences. If you wanted to watch the original, go watch the fucking original. It's not that hard. And do you ever hear any bitching because, oh, Hermes is played by a black woman in Hadestown now, when he was originally played by a man? Fuck no. Because one, this happens way too often for anyone to give a shit in the theater industry. Two, people who are into theater are like the most liberal people you will ever fucking meet. And three, they still feel like the same character, so it doesn't matter. It is exactly the same with adaptations. Who the fuck cares? In fact, different actors who look completely different from the original counterparts is kind of the magic of going to a show that isn't on Broadway. Because while it's the same show, it's gonna be still different from the slime tutorial you saw online. And I mean, sometimes the actor you're seeing is even better than the original counterparts. So yeah, Sarah being played by a black actor affects The Last of Us show as much as her being played by literally anybody else does. She could be played by a giant cock for all I care, and as long as she still felt like Sarah, I wouldn't care. It would be kind of distracting, but hey, you all know I love me some cock every now and then. Anyways, the rest of this show is just him repeating himself into the ground, so I'm just gonna cut it short here to save you some time. The Last of Us show, it's really good. I'm excited for something Last of Us related, guys. Can you guys believe it? It's like Christmas all over again. Seriously though, go watch it. To give you all my thoughts on it as quickly as possible, I thought the Sarah death scene in the show was actually done better than it was in the game, because you had all like the context. I think Tommy's actor is actually fucking fantastic, and he gets the voice down so well. Pedro Pascal as Joel is really good. I like how we're getting to see this whole other aspect to his character that we never really got to see in the games, of him being a lot more upfront about his violence. Bella Ramsey as Ellie, again, like I said, looks nothing like Ellie, but feels like Ellie from how she talks and how she's written. I like how they cut down on the whole opening Robert subplot a shit ton, because Jesus Christ, that part was a fucking slog to get through. All the little details in the show are so cool to find as a fan of this series, and this show is basically everything I imagined this show to be back when I heard about it happening back in 2020. I'm so happy that my friends are finally understanding what the fuck I've been talking about the last 4 years since I played the first game for the first time and literally fell in love with its writing. I've got a pretty strong feeling they can keep it up, but if it ends up being dog shit, it ends up being dog shit. It can't get any worse than part 2 though. Fuck me. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe, join my Discord server, follow my Twitter. Thank you all for watching. Go watch The Last of Us show, and I hope you all have a great day. Side note, I never figured out where to put this in the video, but my biggest problem with the show as a whole so far is that I don't find Joel hot anymore, because Pedro Pascal is just not attractive to me. That's my biggest problem so far. Okay, go away now.